Royal Peck is a finance graduate turned F&B hustler who accidentally went viral ranting about customers. From selling zi cha to snacks and now hosting shows, he's built a business with flavour, feels and a whole lot of TikToks. As you can tell, I'm all decked out in Royals merch at Royals door, ready for Royals episode. Hello! See, friend enough or not? I wear your merch.
Beautiful shirt.
I know, right?
Yeah,
thank you. Wow, this is indeed the house of a man with a wife. So clean. Is it usually so spick and span?
Do I look like a clean freak to you?
No.
Yes, so is my wife. I'm very dirty one.
Really? Wow, it's very neat eh. What is the style of your whole home?
It's a fancy word. Japandi.
Japandi? How do you spell that?
要考我的英文
Japanese, okay, for Japan.
Yes, but then you mix in a lot of very timeless elements like wood or this kind of thing. Then they use a very fancy word called Japandi.
Oh, so I'm guessing it's like Japanese plus Scandinavian.
Something like that.
Something
like that.
Okay. How big is your house?
My house is about 1,000 square feet.
Wow, that's quite spacious. And how much do you buy this place for?
I got it at 580,000.
Wow, that's such a steal. I mean, in this day and age, how long ago was that when you bought it?
Just graduated, then started working, then I applied for this house.
So it must have been about 5 years lah.
Yes, I think quite long ago.
Okay, and then how much do you spend on renovation?
About 130,000 total plus everything lah. About 130,000. I think in today's time, all the houses are about this price.
What is your favorite part of the entire space?
I really in love with the whole house. Okay, just to say first, but the favorite will be the living room.
Wow, got plants Your plants
This one real one eh? Real one eh?
Okay, clearly it's not your plants.
It's mine
Oh really? Hey, they are thriving quite well eh.
Oh, this one my wife loves to do all this kind of thing.
Oh, crochet?
Like to cut, crochet. So she made all this labubu outfit also.
She made this?
Yes, correct. Yeah, 很有空哦哈。
她不是大律师咩？
屌律师。That's why a bit more free lah.
Okay, why is this your favorite part of the whole home?
I think all men will know this. Very important. The second bed of the house. 很重要. Okay, I sleep here a lot.
What do you mean, really?
Yes.
Why don't you chase it out
No lah, I'll come out, don't disturb her at night when I play game ma. Okay, but this is my favorite because the living room has a lot of work done. In fact, we are actually in one of the rooms.
Oh!
Yeah, so I actually hacked this space to make the living room bigger.
Oh!
Yeah, so with the sofa, and this, wow, it's damn good. This like, the thing can come out and you can lie flat.
Well, you say until this sofa is so legendary. How much did it cost?
The reason why it's so legendary is because the cost also not very high. 2K plus only.
Huh?
2K plus only.
2K plus is considered only What are some of the non-negotiables you had when buying this space?
Initially, I had a lot.
Okay.
I don't want it to be low floor. Don't want it to face the car park. Don't want it to be near a dumpster. So all these conditions that I had right before I buy this house right, they were all not met. So if I look outside now right, it's the car park.
And this is a low floor.
是的.
And I see the dumpster downstairs.
Why?
So why you buy?
Okay, because this is still a very good location lah. Honestly, I didn't have much choice. When it was my turn to choose, this was the only unit left. So actually, it's a BTO project, but we got it through sale of balance.
Oh, SBF.
Yeah, SBF. So when people, let's say for example, the couple break up or anything lah, something happened, they decided they don't want the house anymore. Then the unit will be up for the
sale again.
Up for sale again, yes. So we decided to go for it when we had 14 units left.
Okay.
And then we got the last one. Yeah.
Okay lah, but
actually last one, 4 floors, not bad already.
Yeah, it's really okay, and the location is so good. You used to be an ex-F&B owner. Does that mean cooking is very important to you?
Yes, to some extent, because I used to cook a lot. Okay, so I know I can cook, but it's not super important that I have to, for example, I'm not that kind of person that needs to eat home-cooked meal every meal.
Okay.
But cooking is still important lah, so I need to make sure that my kitchen at least has the basic functionality for me to cook.
Can we go take a look at your kitchen?
Let's go.
Ooh, I'm surprised you would choose an induction cooker. I thought chef usually want all the wok hei all.
最大的误解. I think a lot of people think if you want wok hei, right, you must have the fire.
No meh?
No. Okay, so fire burns your food a little bit, so you get the wok hei, right?
Yeah, nice.
But it's all about the temperature.
Really?
So actually, you can create wok hei effect on your food, right, using induction. One example. You know the wok hei store?
Yeah.
Wok hei.
Yeah.
In every shopping mall,
Yeah.
same standard operating procedure. Don't have fire.
Really?
You go and see the next time.
Okay, show me one other interesting thing in your kitchen.
Oh, one interesting thing. Can I show you this?
Okay.
Because me and my wife very short. So we needed something to cater to our needs. So it will come down to us.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So after you watch me, photo and this thing will come down to us.
But actually, how hard is it to like just tiptoe and put it back in?
危险, you know? No, because my wife is even shorter. So now you're looking at me, I can do that. But for her, it will be really quite rich lah. Yeah, so we got this thing so that it comes down to us.
Interesting.
Yes.
And one last thing I noticed about your kitchen are these two. This is a Japanese themed house, correct? Can you please explain this, Matt?
Okay. This is a funny story because we had a little argument about this thing.
Oh really?
I also don't think it suits the theme.
Okay,
but it was Chinese New Year and she wanted a new kind of like red color, introduce some color to the house lah, because our house is all wood ma. So she got this, and I made the same comment as you did.
No wonder you sleep on the sofa that night.
No, but it is still here. Means what? I lost the battle.
Okay, you have many hobbies like cooking, singing, dancing. What other hobbies do you have?
I have also a lot of expensive hobbies.
Expensive hobbies?
是不是有哦？
所以哪些是你最喜欢的？
So on top you will see like the one piece setting. So those are like my favorite because I think it's still the best anime.
So how much does this entire shelf cost?
My wife will watch this episode.
Oh gosh, what is that? Is that your brand? 咸蛋超人？
是的。
可以吃吗？ What did you say?
不可以吃。Okay, so this is the first prototype that I had. So I keep it with me. See, it's like open up.
What's inside?
Inside is a snack lah, but no, yeah.
How many years already?
Basically, I really had a lot of memories because like before the first flavor came out, we actually R&D about like 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah, so there's a lot of back and forth every day eating salted egg.
So these are the different designs that you have lah. 咸蛋超人 in different outfits.
Yeah, so actually
this, so cute.
Yeah, this is the potato chip. Then we had the fish skin and the seaweed.
Wow, and the point of it keeping here is because you want to remind yourself?
Because I say these are all my expensive hobbies, right? I think this one is the most expensive hobby. Really.
Oh gosh.
So in my first year, it was not bad lah. Then I think I got a bit too greedy and ambitious lah. So I opened like 4 more stores, and that's when the losses really kicked in. I think 1 year I lost about 300,000+.
Wow. Brick and mortar in Singapore is brutal.
You're right. I shouldn't have kept this here. Throw away lah.
No lah.
Throw away lah.
Good memories. Don't. Do you have any decor tips to share with our viewers?
Yes, okay, so I don't think they can see very clearly on camera, but the minute you walk into this room, which is my study, right, you should be able to notice something very, very different, which is the lighting. So in all of my living room, the spaces, right, have mood lighting. Okay, this is the only room that don't have. So my one tip for people that are looking to renovate their house and everything, right, please pay attention to the lighting. I think it makes a huge difference. Whatever you see online, those are shot under very beautiful lighting. Yeah, so that's one of my biggest tips, that lighting is, I think, the most important factor.
What about organizational tips?
Okay, you see all this very clean and everything, right? Not done by me. Okay,
Your wife?
Yeah lah. So she made me try to like organize everything properly, but I'm not a very organized person. So I tend to hide things instead of having to like organize them every day. Okay, I'll show you my master bedroom, right, is the best example. Come on.
I'm curious now. Oh, is this the example you wanted to show me?
是的. Okay, so when you walk into my master bedroom, right, you will see nothing at all except for my bed.
Yes.
So my toilet, my wardrobe is all hidden behind the fluted panel. Okay,
This is a wardrobe?
Yes. So all these are like wardrobe, so you can.
Oh wow!
Yes, all like that.
Wow, okay, your wife's dresses, stuff like that.
Then my toilet is here.
Oh,
you can see.
wow.
Yes, my toilet is here.
That's so cool.
So it's all hidden. That's why the organization part cannot really organize every day, just hide.
Conceal.
Everything just hide.
I got one question. Isn't it hard to open because the fluted panels are only like the grip is like
Okay,
that?
so fluted panel, there are like 2 main types. This one is the a bit have depth one, and the other one don't have. I think after a while you'll get used to it.
Okay,
Yeah, but
okay.
for the start, if you have nails, all this, right, you were like, cannot, no grip, no grip. Yeah. So we really didn't want anything like handles or anything on the thing, because you will just spoil the look.
Spoils it, yeah.
So this is very consistent, and then once you hang around for a while, then you will get used to it lah.
So what was your biggest renovation challenge that you faced?
Okay, so for me, right, I didn't really care about the which part of the year I'm doing the renovation. I just say, okay, I just want it done ASAP so I can move in. So my renovation period, sway was during Christmas and then cross over to Chinese New Year.
Oh no, that's when all the contractors go back home to celebrate the New Year.
Yes, and then once they go back, it's 15 days one. Hello, 我要等我的新家嘞。
Cannot ma, like they have to celebrate Chinese New Year.
Correct. So it got delayed with a very valid reason. We also don't want to rush them just because we want to become in. But I think the biggest tip is just to avoid this period if you can. Yeah, because this period everything will be more expensive.
That's true.
Yeah, then everything will get delayed.
Yeah. So moving into a whole new home is an entire experience by itself. And
Yes.
you know, Royal is one person who does a lot of things. I rarely see him free. So I just want to pick your brains on what you've been up to and some of your life experiences. Okay, so what were you thinking when you bought that zi cha store at Sim Lim Square?
It's not my sole decision to buy actually.
Okay.
But I was working at a full-time job as a trader in a family office. So my friend said, hey, you want to do F&B together? I saw one store, I think got chance. Why not we all three buy together? Then we can learn about the business, about F&B, then do as a side hustle. So they were two full-time, but I had a full-time job. So I said, okay, I can do it part-time, I can do marketing, I can do the accounts lah. Yeah, so that's how it started. Yeah.
And then you have made like solid profits. I'm talking like 80k to 100k a month.
Okay, actually we had a lot of learning points on that store. So we actually had this kind of money, right? But it's on paper. A lot of people were eating the food. We see queues every day. Until like there were some issues with the supplier and the chef. They were actually running the business. Yeah, essentially 他们吃我钱啦.
Okay.
But that's when we decided after we learned we should revamp the concept and get it into a mega mall in Singapore. We wanted to enter more.
But after selling that, you did make a profit, am I right?
Yes,
So you used this profit to make 咸蛋超人.
Correct, to roll into 咸蛋超人, which is the concept that we had after studying the data from that previous store. Hey, people really love our salted.
So what is your biggest F&B mistake?
I think it's not considering the shift of the economy really. Because at that point, right, it was COVID. And everything that it seems to be able to do with takeaways or like very easy access and don't really need to sit down, the concept, I was too micro-focused that I want to catch this trend. So the mistake was not considering like, this thing is not going to last forever. But you can't see
Looking
it.
from it at a bigger point of view.
Yes, and from a macro perspective, it seems stupid that now we will realize, oh yeah, I mean, the economy has to bounce back. But at that point, you really don't know how long.
And you can't hold it there for so long.
And yeah, and COVID was so profitable because all restaurants suddenly cannot compete with you. It is that idea that got me too invested and too blinded by the fact that hey, the economy is going to bounce back, and once it bounces back, once it opens up, a lot of us, the small brands that are into cure business, are not going to be around.
I know that you studied econs finance. Did that help in any way?
完全没有. Okay, the idea about studying to me that Singapore compulsory education for 10 years and then you move on to tertiary is actually building a discipline. I think a lot of us who studied all the way through has this discipline to do something that don't make sense and do well in it. For example, studying for a chemistry test, right?
Okay.
It's useless. Some will
Unless
argue.
you're a chemist.
Yes, and how many of us are chemists, right? The idea is that you can take a piece of information that might not be applicable in your life, but still give it the time and effort to really understand and do well for the exam. I think this is a soft skill set that really comes from studying. In business world and in working world, some things hand to you by your manager, your boss, all this, might not make sense at that instant, but because you have that discipline to go through with it and do it well, then that's when you might pick up a really useful skill set for your job. So I think studying all these years allow me to, tahan through some things and build that sort of discipline to just do it well.
And resilience.
Yes,
and
resilience, yes.
You are someone who is very flexible. From a business owner turned into content creator. How did this whole Mai to collaboration come about?
The idea of content creation has really disrupted marketing. I started hiring PR agency, influencers to market 咸蛋超人 lah.
Okay.
We wanted to send the message out about the brand, and then it's too expensive. Okay, let me try. It's working out because I think when I first did my TikTok video in a couple of days, my Vivo sales doubled
Wow!
that month. And people come down, we track it like, hey, if you show this video, you get this thing. So they really showed. And then you can isolate that because they see that video, then they come.
Correct.
Yeah, so about Ma Yituo, I think I came into his radar when I was about 5K following. Having someone who has been in the industry for a while can then help you navigate much clearer. In that sense that he tells me, actually, if you are serious, this can be a career.
Like a proper thing for you.
And I love sales. I love to pitch myself. I love to pitch what I can do to people.
Okay, last but not least, what's one piece of advice you have for people who are content creators but want to make it into business? So basically, monetizing monetizing your content?
I think the chase is after the wrong thing. Don't get me wrong, numbers are always good. But if you want to turn it into a thing that can earn you money, you must think from the perspective of who are your clients gonna be. Okay, and brands, why would they want to work with you? Because they like you, man? No, because they want to sell their stuff. So you need to switch their mindset of brand wants to sell their product and services. How do they then see your video and see their product and services in your videos? If they cannot see their product in your stuff, you are just gonna remain friends,
Right.
because you can't help them. When you see a trend, the first thing that comes to my mind is not I want to do this trend because it's fun. It's, oh, this trend, right, I can apply to my thing and hopefully this brand can see that I can use trend to sell product. I can use a trend to sell an idea, a service. Through comedy, which is lighthearted, I want people to be able to see that. So then my whole idea about content creation changed.
I'm afraid I can't speak with you any longer because I've got to go home now and think about how I can change my content.
You're doing a good job.
Well, thank you, Arroyo.
It's very good. You're doing a very good job.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
I
it's like very
that.
clear what you can do and what you don't want to do. That's the part I'm figuring out.
No, you're also doing a very good job.
不够
Actually, today's episode is about like 互相拍马屁, you know?
不够 Yeah.
But I think it's a ever-changing journey and like it's a process of us always seeking growth, right? And
Correct,
that's what's
correct.
so fun about content creation.
Yes.
So with that, thank you so much for, letting me into a part of your life and your very beautiful home. Wish you all the best, Royal.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yay! See you guys next time!